Hi there, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Thursday, August 8th, 2024. Professor John Mearsheimer joins us now. Just a little historical footnote. You probably remember 50 years ago today as the day that Richard M. Nixon resigned the presidency. I was a law student. I thought the world was going to cave in. I thought it was part of a coup. And of course, we keep learning more and more about Watergate and about the corrupt process that pursued him. But to matters more relevant, I have a lot to talk to you about with respect to Israel and with respect to Russia. I want to start with Russia. What is the significance of this attack in Kursk, whereby, according to President Putin, civilian residents were attacked, civilians were killed, and Ukrainian military took over and seized a Russian town?
I don't understand what the Ukrainians are doing here. It makes no sense to me at all. I don't understand what the military objective is. And in fact, if anything, what this is going to do is detract from their effort in the eastern part of Ukraine to stymie the Russian steamroller, which is consistently moving forward every day and attriting the fighting units that the Ukrainians have arrayed on that eastern front. I mean, what the Ukrainians should be doing with those forces that they've sent into Russia in the Kursk area is those forces should have been sent to the front lines in the eastern part of Ukraine to buttress the forces that are buckling underneath the Russian steamroller. It makes no sense to attack into Kursk. What are they going to gain from doing this? Are they going to, help win the war? Not at all. So this is a foolish last-minute gamble from my perspective, on the part of the Ukrainians to try and turn things around.
According to Gilbert Doctorow, the soldiers who did this were the best that Ukraine has, whereas the military farther west that is attempting to, unsuccessfully, of course, to delay the Russian onslaught are the worst that the Russian has, or that the Ukrainians have. He thinks that this was done just for PR purposes, much like the boasting about flying F-16s over Kyiv, which are useless, and that was done for PR purposes. Do you agree with that?
I think one could argue in a compelling way that this is being done for PR purposes. As I said in my initial comment, I can't see what the military value of this is. I can't see how it shifts the military balance in any meaningful way. And as I said, I think if you're really interested in stymieing the Russians, it would have made much more sense, and this is what Gilbert was saying, to take those forces and send them to the east to try and stop the Russians as best that they can. There's no question from all of the news reports that the unit that was sent into Russia in the Kursk area was an elite fighting unit. So you would think an elite fighting unit would be the ideal unit to send to the front lines in the eastern part of Ukraine, and not to send heading towards Kursk.
And yet an elite fighting unit is used to target Russian civilians rather than a bona fide military target. That's crazy, is it not?
Yeah. It doesn't make any strategic sense. And as all sorts of people have commented, the Ukrainian leadership is taking a beating in the Ukrainian blogosphere from all of the Ukrainian individuals who follow this war closely and comment on what Ukraine is doing and how it's faring on the battlefield. So it's not like you have Westerners like us or the Russians criticizing this operation. Many Ukrainians who, follow Ukrainian strategy closely and are rooting hard for Ukraine think that it makes no sense at all.
Professor Mearsheimer, you have an extraordinary